Okay, let's get started this morning.
We're going to start lying on our backs. You're not going to need any kind of yoga tools this morning unless you just want some. Let's begin.
Fix this camera a little bit. Here we go. Well, guess not. Says it's not. There we are. All right.
Let's begin by lying on our backs. Getting yourself nice and comfortable. You can have your knees bent, or you can have your legs straight out. Whatever feels better to you this morning. I want you to begin by placing your hands on the belly. And I want you to get your middle two fingers, your middle fingers to fingertips, just gently touching, just barely touching each other. Let's bring our awareness and all of your attention to your breath for just a moment. Let's check in with it. Beginning to inhale and exhale through your nose, if that's available to you this morning. Just checking in with it, noticing if your breath is nice and easy. Maybe it's a little choppy. Noticing if you're feeling your breath more up in your chest, if you're feeling it more in your abdominal area. No judgment, just checking in with it, noticing it, and then letting it be whatever it is. You've still got those middle fingertips just gently touching. Let's begin to expand the breath a little bit, take deeper breaths. And as you inhale, I want you to fill that belly up with air, expanding it. Feel that belly rise. And as that belly rises, those fingertips gently come apart a little bit. And then as you exhale, you contract the belly, letting the belly fall, and those fingertips will come back together. Big, deep inhale, belly rises, expands, fingertips come apart, and it may not be much, just a little bit. And as you exhale, gently contract that belly, fingertips come back together. Begin, inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale, belly rises, fingertips come apart. Exhale, belly falls, fingertips gently come back together. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Now bringing those hands right alongside the ribs. So you're going to keep your elbows down on the floor and bringing your hands just right alongside your ribs. I want you to spread the fingers out a little bit. And then as you inhale and expand that belly and lift it up, feel that rib cage come apart. And as you exhale, feel it come back together. Inhale, expanding, lifting. And as you exhale, feel it lower and come together. Inhale deeply, belly rises, rib cage expands. Exhale completely, belly falls, rib cage comes back together. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Then letting your hands gently come down to your sides with the palms up for just a moment, letting the shoulders roll back down your spine. Opening up the chest, opening up the heart for a moment. Taking a few deep breaths this way. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. One more. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. You can gently bring those hands back to the belly. And then bend the knees so that the feet are flat on the mat. I want you to get yourself nice and comfortable, wiggle whatever you need to do this morning. Let's check in. Make sure that you're not pressing that lower back into the mat. You should have a natural curve in your spine, which means there should be a slight little space there. So you want to make sure you've still got that nice little natural curve of your spine there. Maybe you can bring your hand underneath, maybe not. It's not a big deal, but you do want to have some sort of space. And it may feel awkward if you always, or not always, but generally tend to press that low back into the mat. So you can wiggle around till you get that nice little curve. Now, I want you to grasp behind the thighs and bring the knees towards the chest. I don't want you to bring the knees into the chest because that's going to inadvertently press that lower back into the mat. So you just want to bring those knees towards the chest and keep that tailbone on the mat so that you're not pressing that lower back into the mat. Just hold here for just a moment. Take a big inhale and exhale. And you can keep your hands behind the thighs, or you can grasp in front of the knees on the shins if you like. And let's open up those knees nice and wide, opening up the groin area just a little bit, letting the feet hang, dropping the shoulders, and breathe. Couple of breaths here. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. One more. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Bringing those knees back together. Let's drop that left leg onto the mat, straight out flat. And then grasp behind the thigh of that right leg. And bring that right leg up to the ceiling. And just begin pointing and flexing that foot. Now let's do a few ankle circles. Roll one direction. And then the other. And then point and flex a couple more times. Bring that right knee into the chest or towards the chest and squeeze. You can bring that right knee as close to the chest as you like. If you've got that left leg straightened out, it should help you not press that low back into the mat. But if you cannot keep that nice curve of your spine with that knee to the chest, release it a little bit and let it go so until you're at that spot where that lower back is not pressed into the chest, into the floor, sorry. And then lower that right leg to the mat, straight down. And let's grasp behind that left thigh. And then lift that left leg up to the ceiling. And point and flex and point and flex. And ankle rolls one direction. Circle those ankles. and the other. And then a few point and flexes again. And bringing that left knee to the chest. Again, you can bring that left knee closer to the chest than you could with both of those knees. But you want to make sure you've still got that nice curve of the spine. So if when you pull that knee all the way to the chest, that lower back goes to the floor, just release it a little bit. Keep that nice natural curve. And then let's lower that left leg to the mat. Let's inhale those arms up. Great big stretch this morning, as if you were waking up. Reach your fingertips as far away from you as you can, and the toes too. Big inhale, and then exhale, let it go. And again, big inhale, stretch. And exhale, let it go. Now, bend those knees until those feet are flat on the floor again. Let's walk those feet to the edge of your mat so that the sides of your feet are on the edge. We're going to do a hip twist. Bring your arms out to the side with the palms open. Let's take a big inhale through the nose, keeping your feet planted on the floor. I want you to drop the knees over to the right. Both shoulder blades you're trying to keep on the mat. You can gently look up at the ceiling, or you can turn your head to the left and look over your left shoulder if that feels good to your neck. Inhale back up to the center, and then exhale, reset your hips. Take another big inhale. And this time, keeping the feet flat on the floor. Exhale the knees over to the left. Gaze is up at the ceiling, or gently looking over the right shoulder. Inhale back to the center, and exhale, release. Now, rolling over to your right or your left side, doesn't matter which. Press yourself up to tabletop position for just a moment. Grabbing a blanket or a block pillow, whatever, if you need some cushion underneath your knees, perfectly fine. I want you to curl those toes. And then I want you to walk yourself up a little bit. We're going to stretch the feet out. Now this is going to be pretty intense. You've got those toes curled, so you're going to drop the buttocks back towards your heels. And then just have a seat here. This is kind of intense. We're going to be here for a few seconds. If at any time you need to come out of this before, I call it, just come back down to your tabletop position and kind of roll your toes around, do what you need to do, stretching the feet out, sitting nice and tall here, and breathe. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And then walking yourself back down to your tabletop position, uncurl those toes and let them roll them around, wiggle them after stretching those feet out. Now, bring your arms out in front of you. We're going to move into puppy pose for a moment. So bringing those hands all the way up to the top of your mat. Fingertips are splayed out nice and wide. You're going to keep your hips over your knees. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, drop your chest towards the mat while you're keeping the buttocks up in the air. Feeling the stretch in the shoulders and the front of the chest. If it's available, you can drop your chin to the mat. If it's not a big deal. Just hang out wherever you are. Pressing the knuckles of that hand firmly into the mat and breathe. Slowly walking yourself back up to your tabletop position. Now, let's take your right leg And I want you to bend it up, bring it up, and I want you to come to a half kneeling position. Your toes can be curled, or you can have the top of your foot flat on the mat, doesn't matter. You want a nice 90-degree angle, angle over knee. You should feel the stretch in your hip flexor here. Sitting nice and tall here. Let's inhale the arms up, and then exhale, I want you to sink in and just bend forward. Inhale, back away. Exhale, press forward. You're letting that knee come over a little bit, not a whole lot. And if you need to, walk forward some. Take a big inhale, exhale, forward. Inhale, back away. And exhale, lean in a little bit more. Inhale, back away. And this time, exhale, bring your hands out to the side. Your palms are facing forward. Take a big inhale, and then exhale, twist over to your right. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. And then exhale, bring your hands down. And then step back into your tabletop position. And let's go the other direction. Bring that left leg up. And then walk your way up into your tall kneeling position. Again, you can have the toes curled, or you can have the top of the foot flat on the mat. And again, you should feel that stretch in your hip flexor already while you're sitting here nice and tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale. Shift forward just a little bit. That knee is going to go forward some, but you don't want it going all the way over the big toe. So just a little bit, getting just a slight little stretch. Inhale, back away. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back away. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back away. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back away. Exhale, bring those hands down, palms out. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Last time. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, hands down. Step back to your tabletop position. We're fixing to move into downward facing dog. So bring your hands up in front of your shoulders a little bit. Fingertips splay nice and wide. Curl the toes. Now press the hips up to the ceiling while you press the thighs back. Coming into a pike position. Dropping your head between your arms. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Press those heels towards the mat. They don't have to touch the mat, and you can bend your knees as much as you need to. If you've got super tight hamstrings and it's painful to keep your legs straight, just bend the knees a little bit. And you don't want the knees locked either, so make sure. Let's take a couple of breaths here. If you'd like to, you can walk your heels up and down, pedal your feet, walk your dog. You can wiggle waggle the hips. And then now let's inhale that right leg up. And let's bend that right knee. And then stack that right hip on top of the left. Look under your right shoulder. The right armpit. Take a breath. Inhale back up to three-legged dog. And exhale, let's step that right foot up to the right hand on the outside. So if you can't make it, if that foot comes to the middle, just pick it up and bring it to. So both of your hands are on the inside of that right foot. Nice long lunge here, pressing your heel away from you towards the floor. Let's inhale, reach that right arm up and open and twist. Take a breath. Exhale that right hand down. Let's shift the hips back, straighten that right leg, and then exhale, reach the chin to the toes. Inhale, pull forward back into your lunge. Now, I want you to walk your hands to the left and turn those right toes over so that you're in a lateral lunge. Relax that left thigh. Inhale back up to the center, and then exhale, bend that left knee so you're in a lateral lunge the other way. Inhale back up to the center. Walk your hands over to the right till your hands are back up at the top of the mat, and turn your foot so that you're back in your lunge. Step back to plank. Press your hips up to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Now let's do the other side. Inhale that left leg up, other leg. Exhale, bend that left knee, and then stack that left hip on top of the right, looking under the left armpit. Inhale back to three-legged dog, and then exhale, step that left foot through on the outside of that hand, on the outside of that left hand. So you're bringing that left hand to the inside of the foot. Finding your nice long lunge, wiggle your way into it, whatever you need to do. Pressing that right heel towards the floor. Inhale, left arm up and open. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, shift the hips back, straighten that left leg. Exhale, reach the chin to the toes. Inhale, pull forward back to your lunge. Now walk your hands over to the right and turn those feet up so you're in a lateral lunge. Inhale, come up to the center. Exhale, bend the right knee till you're in a lateral lunge. Inhale, back up to the center. Walk the hands over to the left till you're back up at the top of the mat. Turn that left foot. You're back in your lunge. Step back to plank. Press your hips up to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Now slowly walk yourself all the way up to the top of your mat and exhale, fold. Keeping a nice straight spine. Hands to the floor, or if you need some assistance to get your hands on the floor, you can use a block if you need it, or just bend your knees as much as you need to get those hands to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms, come all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Press the hips and thighs back. Let's keep a nice straight spine. Hands down, all the way to the floor. Inhale, come halfway up. Bring your hands to the shins, and I want you to press the palms of those hands into the shins really firmly. Roll those shoulders back, and reach the crown of your head forward. Lengthening that spine. Take a breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, come all the way up, arms overhead. Now let's clasp those hands together and step your feet about shoulder width apart. Take a big inhale. Exhale, over to the right. Now, I don't want you to shift the hips. Keep your weight evenly distributed on both of those feet. Inhale back up to the center. Exhale over to the left this time. Again, do not shift the hip over. Keep the weight evenly distributed on both of those feet. Feel that side body stretch all the way down. Inhale, center. One more time. Exhale over to the right. Now make sure you're also keeping a soft knee, that you do not have those knees like that. You got a soft knee. Inhale back to the center. Exhale over to the left. Weight evenly distributed on those feet. Inhale back to the center and exhale, release. Now, sit yourself on your mat till you're along the white edge. Turn, get your feet wider than shoulder width apart and turn those toes out just a little bit, 10, 15 degrees. So your big toes are going to be pointed towards the corners of your mat. Have your hands right here in your hip crease where the leg joins into your torso. Take a big inhale, and then I want you to exhale. I want you to press the buttocks back. You're coming into a deep squat, going as low as you can, sliding those hands down the thighs so your fingertips are facing the floor. Let's take a big inhale. Press those knees out. Exhale, sink in. Big inhale. Now let's take that right shoulder over towards that left knee. Inhale back up to the center. Exhale, left shoulder, right knee. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, right shoulder, left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder, right knee. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder, left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder, right knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, straighten those legs. Let's heel toe in. Once or twice. Shake those legs out. And now let's do a little bit of balancing. So if you need a wall or a chair or something, please get that. Or go towards it, or go to it, whatever you may need. Let's find our nice, strong mountain pose. Mountain pose is going to be with your feet about hip width or inner hip width apart, whichever is most comfortable for you. If you need those toes turned out slightly, that's fine. You might also want one foot just maybe an inch or two back if you've got some hip issues going on. Whatever you need this morning, you want to be nice and strong and stable. So I want you to press those feet firmly on the floor, the knuckles of the toe, the knuckles of the soles of the feet, not just the toes. I want you to lift those toes up and then feel the knuckles firmly press into the floor. And then shift your weight back till you feel the knuckles and the heels of your feet on the floor. And then lower your toes and grasp the floor. And then you should have felt those thighs rotate out when you did that. You felt them lift as well. So let's inhale those arms up. And then exhale, bring those hands to the heart, pressing those palms firmly together. We're going to move into tree Vikrasana. So let's shift all of that weight onto that left foot. So you should have all those points of contact there. Turn those right toes out. Now bring that right heel up to that left ankle. Your big toes are touching the floor. Maybe this is as far as you want to go today. That's perfectly fine. If it's available, slide that foot up to the calf. Now press the sole of that foot into the calf. And in turn, press that calf into that sole of the foot. And then keep rotating that knee out. Pressing the palms together. Find you a spot on the floor or on the wall that is not moving. And breathe. Must be a breathing here. I got blown over y'all. For 3, 2, and 1. Now, I want you to inhale. I want you to reach the leg out to the side and arms up and hold. For 3, 2, and 1. And release. Bring those hands back down. Let's shake those feet out. And again, feet back into mountain pose. Lift your toes up. Feel the knuckles of the feet. Go firmly into the floor as well as the heels. And then drop the toes down, grasping the floor firmly. And then feel the thighs rotate out and down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart, palm to palm pressing nice and firmly. Find that spot on the floor or the wall that's not moving that you want to keep your gaze on. Shift that weight to that right leg. Turn the left toes out. Bring the left heel to the right ankle. Again, maybe you want to keep that toe on the floor. If that's where you need to, that's fine. You can slide that foot up to the calf, not up to the knee. I want you to press that foot firmly into the calf. And in turn, press that calf firmly into the sole of the foot. And rotate that knee out. And breathe. Everything's pressing nice and firmly in. 4, 3. 2. And 1. So let's inhale to reach the arms up, straighten that leg out. And hold. For 3. 2. And 1. And release. And release. Shake it out. Nice. And now let's come back up to the top of our mats. Let's inhale the arms up and exhale, forward fold, hinge forward, press the hips and thighs back, hands down to the floor. Now step back to your plank. Let's hold your good plank for a moment, shoulders are over your wrists, heels are pressing away from you. Drop to your knees, and then let's shift, and let's bring those feet out in front of us. Pull that flesh away from your sits bones. Now, I want you to let your feet be active, so the toes are pointed towards the ceiling, but they're not flexed, so you're not pulling your toes towards you. You're just kind of letting them sit there. You're not letting them hang out to the side. So the knees are facing the ceiling, which makes the toes facing the ceiling, but you're not doing, which makes them active, but you're not actually doing any pulling of those toes. Because I want you to be able to get the stretch. So sitting nice and tall, making sure you're on the sits bones. I want you to bring your hands to right alongside you. Let's take a big inhale. And then exhale, I want you to twist over to the right. Getting the hands on the side. And you're going to walk as far out as you can for just a moment. And breathe. You're going to keep this other hip on the floor so you're not coming up. This way, I'll show you. So the hip is not coming up. You're making sure it's down, and you're reaching as far as you can with the hips still on the floor. Now inhale back to the center, and then exhale over the other direction. And again, walk your way out, keeping both hips on the floor. Now, this is where you may want to feel like you need to pull those toes back. So relax those feet again until the feet are active but not actually pulling towards you. Inhale back to the center and exhale, release. Hands back down to the side. Take a big inhale. And then I want you to exhale. I want you to reach the chin towards the toes and walk those hands down. We're not going very far today. So you're keeping a nice straight spine. Reaching the crown of your head to the ceiling. And breathe. I want you to relax the thighs and relax the hips. Keep breathing.
Reaching that crown of the head to the ceiling.
Again, the feet should be active but not engaged, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So you're not pulling those toes towards the chin. You're just letting them sit there. This way you can relax the hamstrings enough so that you can get a stretch. And breathe. And slowly back away. And then walk your hands behind you. You can have your fingertips facing your buttocks, or you can have your fingertips turned out, whichever feels better to you. We're going to move into a reverse tabletop. So bend those knees. You can move your hips down if you need to. Walk those heels towards the buttocks. Take a big inhale. Exhale, shift the hips up, looking down in front of your body. You can drop the head back if that's available to you, or you can just look down in front of your body. And slowly release, and then lower yourself down to the mat. Now, walk those feet out just a little bit, and then slowly lower yourself all the way down to the mat until you're on your elbows. So you're going to have your hands down beside you. You're going to take that right ankle and you're going to bring it to that left knee. So we're in a figure four position here. You're just going to kind of sit there. And if you want to, you can pull that left foot closer to you or further away, whichever you need. Now, I want this right foot engaged. So you are pulling your big toe towards the knee so that you protect your knee and your ankle. And you're pressing that knee out as far as you can. So if this feels good to you, you can stay here. If you want to get a little more intense and get a little deeper into the pose, come on up to sitting nice and tall. And you'll notice it is way more intense. And breathe, keeping that foot engaged. Now I want you to relax the hip. Take a big inhale. And exhale, relax the hip. Couple of breaths. Now, if you're up on your hands, lower back down to your forearms. Gently, carefully. And then bring that right foot back down to the mat. We're going to take the left ankle and put it over the right knee this time. Again, flex the foot, engage it. Bring the toes towards the knee and press that knee out. And if this feels good to you, great. You can walk that heel in for a little more intensity if you like, or if it's too intense, you can press. You can walk that foot out, whatever you need. If you still want a little more, again, you can come on up to your hands. And feel the intensity, pressing that knee out, keeping that left foot engaged. Let's take a few breaths. you're gonna notice that one side is completely different than the other. The knee will go further out on one side. The ankle will probably be further up the leg than the other. Perfectly fine. Our sides are not even usually. Couple more breaths here. And slowly lower yourself back down if you're up on your hands. And bring that foot to the floor. Now, come on down to your back. And let's do a bridge this morning. So bring your hands down to the floor. Walk your heels towards your buttocks. Now, we're going to keep our feet a little narrower than the hips. Pressing those palms into the floor, take a big inhale, and then exhale, press the hips up towards the ceiling until you're rolling onto your shoulders, pressing through the feet. Squeeze those thighs together. And breathe. You can keep your hands flat on the floor. If it's available, you can clasp your hands underneath your buttocks. Or you can bend your forearms, press the triceps into the floor, have your palms facing each other. Squeezing the glutes, rolling up onto your shoulders and breathe. And slowly lowering yourself all the way down to the mat and relax. We're going to visit this pose one more time. So take a big inhale. Exhale, press the hips up towards the ceiling, pressing through the feet. And again, hands on the floor, clasping underneath you, or your hands facing each other, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the thighs together, and breathe. And slowly lower yourself down to the mat. And relax. Now, walk those feet about shoulder width apart now. Maybe shoulder width apart, whatever feels comfortable to you. And bringing those arms out beside you, I want them in cactus arm position. So your elbows are right alongside your shoulders. Take a deep breath, inhale. Let's exhale, drop the knees over to the right, keeping both shoulders on the mat, which means both knees or even one knee may not make it all the way to the floor. That's perfectly fine. Inhale back up to the center. Exhale, reset the hips. Take a big inhale. This time, exhale, drop the knees over to the left. And again, keeping both shoulders on the mat. That means one of those knees may not touch the floor. And that's perfectly fine. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale, reset the hips. And bring those hands up to your belly for just a moment, relaxing those shoulders for a bit. And now, I want you to bring those hands back down to the floor. We're moving into fish pose. So your palms are on the floor, and I want you to lift your hips right and left and get those hands, the palms on underneath your buttocks. If you can, get those thumbs to touch. And then I want you to get those elbows as close underneath you as you can, and then straighten those legs out. Now I want you to imagine you've got a string coming out of the center of your chest. Just kind of like a marionette puppet. So take a big inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to press through the elbows and the triceps. I want you to lift your chest and head and neck up. So you arch your back. And then drop the back of your head to the mat. Not the crown of your head, just the back of your head. And this way you've got a nice little arch in your spine. Your gaze is up at the ceiling. And breathe. You're pressing through the forearms and the elbow. If you need to come out of this pose at any time before I call it, please do so. A couple of more breaths here. Now, on your next inhale, press through those elbows, lift the head up, and then lower yourself back down to the mat. Bend those knees, place those feet flat on the floor, and then wiggle your hands out from underneath you. And then you can rock those knees back and forth, whatever feels good to you. And then I want you to grasp behind the thighs and bring those knees towards the chest again. Remember to keep that nice little curve of your spine. So you're just bringing those knees to the chest just a little bit. Rock side to side if that feels good to you. Or you can just sit there, hanging on to the shins or behind the thighs. Keeping that nice little curve of the spine. Making sure you've got that space. And then dropping the feet back to the floor again. And finding your way into your final resting pose of the morning, your Shavasana. Traditionally, Shavasana is practiced lying down on your back. Feet out to the side. Arms out to the side with the palms up. If this is not comfortable to you, find a comfortable position for you. And take a great big inhale. And then exhale, let it go, side out. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And again, one more great big inhale. And exhale. Bring your attention to all the points of contact your body has with the mat, with the floor. With every exhale, feel yourself sinking deeper into the mat, knowing that the ground is supporting you, holding you up. You are safe. Now bring your attention to your forehead. I want you to notice on your forehead, do you have little wrinkles? Are you actually tensing your forehead up? I want you to relax the forehead, soften it, let it go. Now, bring your attention to your eyes. Are you squinting your eyes? Relax them, let them go. bring your attention to your jaw. I want you to unhinge that jaw just a little bit. Maybe the lips come apart. Release the tongue from the back of the throat and the roof of the mouth. Just relax the shoulders. Let them sink a little deeper into the mat. Bring your awareness to your chest. Softening the chest. Squeeze your buttocks really tight. And then let them relax. Bring your attention to the soles of the feet. Soften the soles of the feet. Bring the attention to your palms of your hands. Relax the palms of your hands. Soften. I want you to imagine this nice, warm, bright light beginning up at the top of your head. It's nice, warm, bright light. Moving over the top of the head, down the back of the head, nice and warm, down the back of the neck, down the spine, down the buttocks, the backs of the legs, and the heels. And that nice warm light, again, back up at the top of the head, moving over the forehead, nice and warm, moving down the bridge of the nose, the cheekbones. Those cheekbones just melt. Nice and warm over the jaw, the throat. Nice and warm, caressing the shoulders. Gently moving down the arms, the forearms, the wrists, the palms of the hands, the soles of the hands and the fingers. And that nice, warm feeling moving down across the chest, the heart area, the rib cage. Nice, warm light moving down the abdomen, across the hips. Nice and warm moving down the thighs, circling around the knees. Moving on down to the shins, the tops of the feet, and the soles of the feet and the toes. Completely cocooned in this soft, warm feeling. Imagine yourself in your happy place today, wherever your happy place may be. Maybe that happy place is a beach. Maybe that happy place is just is a forest. Maybe it's a grassy field. Maybe your happy place is your garden. Find yourself there, wherever that happy place may be. The next few minutes, you don't have to go anywhere or do anything. You just get to relax in your happy place, completely cocooned in this nice, beautiful, warm light. Letting go of any troubles, any worries you may have. Imagine them as clouds in the sky, and they just kind of float on by. And relax. Why hurry through it? Why hurry through a day, an hour, a life? Hurry never catches up with itself. It misses out. It strains. It stresses. It doesn't trust the natural rhythm and natural order of the universe. Slow down. Tap into the rhythm of the world. Tap into your rhythm as you dance through life, as you dance through eternity. When we hurry, it's as if we're dancing out of step to the music. We become out of sync. Our body strains and stresses. We stop enjoying life. We're too busy hurrying, racing blindly to somewhere, anywhere. We hurry so fast that when we get there, we don't take the time to enjoy it. We simply hurry on to the next moment. Step in time to the music, the rhythm of your soul. The rhythm will lead you where you want to go. It will take you through all the tasks that need doing. It will take you down the road to spiritual growth, healing, fulfillment, and joy. And you'll have more fun going there because you weren't in a hurry. Take a deep breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bring a little movement into your body. You can roll your wrists and ankles. On your next deep breath, lift your arms up over your head. Give yourself a big stretch. And then bend your knees. Roll over to your favorite side, right or left, whichever one you need this morning. Stretching your top leg out for balance. With your head heavy, using both hands, push yourself up to a seated position. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so very much.